Well, another on location segment here. PJ Vic and myself, we're back out in North Dakota and out chasing perch in some of the small lake sloughs that this area is famous for, and just had a phenomenal day today. Put some pretty magnum perch on the ice today. That one's 14 and a half plus. I don't know. I don't think we kept two limits, but we could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
The story today was Mega 360. You know, we've been using it for crappies, fish that suspend. Been seeing just how amazing that 360 is as a tool for fish that are, you know, up off the bottom. We wanted to come target perch.
Yeah.
Fish species that we knew that were just going to be tight to the bottom and see if that Mega 360 could just pick them out. Oh my.
It did a great job.
They stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
This little body of water, it's got quite a bit of fishing pressure. I think there was about a dozen trucks here today, anglers out fishing. We started on the far end of the lake and just did what perch fishermen should do, which is just get out, start punching holes, moving, you know, willing to move and find those fish. For about 2 hours, we just searched and searched, and the pickings were pretty meager.
Yeah, it was thin.
And then the 360 lit up. What we found was you had to adjust your settings quite a bit to get it to really pull these fish up off the bottom. We lowered our sensitivity to -8, took the contrast up to 14, and slowed the speed down to 3. And then when you did that, I mean, you could see the schools. Yeah. You could count the perch in the school, see the direction they were heading, get out in front of them, drop down, and just have a field day.
It was pretty cool when we first landed on this spot in particular. We put the 360 down, and there was literally 4 separate schools, you know, and just watching them roaming around. We were smack dab in the middle of them, and I mean, we were able to hop around this area, you know, in a pretty tight area and just capitalize all day.
Yeah. This body of water has pretty poor water clarity. What we found was really bright baits, orange UV, tingler spoon at the top there. And then I've got a really hot looking fire tiger flash champ at the bottom.
Yeah.
Glow on the back of that one. Super contrasty, bright orange on the back of that one.
Yeah.
And this guy's rip and wrap game is pretty special in that you're the only person I know that can consistently catch fish on a rip and wrap dead sticking it.
I had a few of them today. I was keeping so busy with my other dead stick rod. I'd be catching a fish on the dead stick, look over at my rip and wrap dead sticks, and then pull bent right over.
I'd ask you what your technique was, but holding it still probably isn't a technique, but it worked.
No, I mean, in the majority of the fish I caught on that ultralight rip and wrap, I was pounding it pretty aggressively, you know, doing the typical tap away from them, make them follow. And I was also using real bright colors. I was using that yellow belly craw. It's real bright red, black on the back, and chartreuse on the belly. So
what size was it? Was it the 3 or the 4?
That was the 3.
Gotcha.
That was the little guy. Yep.
Gotcha. So this bite obviously is just getting going. This particular body of water, we've got 6, maybe 7 inches of ice. I think we're the only one out here with a 4-reeler. There's plenty of ice for it. But I would expect here with the cold temperatures that are coming, you're going to start to see light vehicles, a lot more ATVs, of course. And there's no forecast for snow anytime soon, other than just a dusting here or there. So travel out here should be really easy. This bite should stay real consistent. Doesn't mean the bite is always going to be easy. The trick with perch is always the same thing.
Yeah.
Find them. If you can, track them down, because they're always moving. If you're willing to do that work, you can have a phenomenal day. If your game is just sit in a nice house and hope they come to you, that's kind of spotty. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. The 360, I tell you what, though, that does cut down the time it takes to find the fish. You're punching a lot less holes. You're quieter. I mean, we're still fishing in shallow water.
Yeah, we are. And they were spooky. I mean, we were actually able to watch on the 360 when the 4-wheeler pulled up. They scattered all over the place.
You might as well have lit a firecracker off in church.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, they were gone. Same thing with drilling over the top of them.
Yep.
The idea is, somebody at the 360 sees a school of fish over there, go punch a hole over top of them, and they're gone.
Yeah.
They leave. So what we've been finding works best, and this will change as we get deeper into the winter. When we start targeting deeper water, they'll be less spooky. But right now, once we get over an area where we know there's a school working, we kind of grid it out because we know we can't just mark that school, run over to it, drop a hole because they're gone.
Yeah, just, I mean, totally, we got in the right area, we stuck it out, and they came back to us, of course.
You bet. Yeah, of course they do. Well, before we go, huge thanks to PJ. It was a cold day.
It was cold, yeah.
We would have loved to have been in the Eskimo just soaking up the heat, but that's just not the way the bite was today. You had to stay outside, stay mobile, keep checking the 360. Where are they now? Move to that hole. It's kind of cold out here today.
As cold as it is, it feels like winter, and that makes me happy. I mean, I love my ice fishing, so we'll battle through it.
I've never seen you in a bad mood out on the ice.
No.
In-Depth Outdoors on Location, presented by Reed's Family Outdoor Outfitters. Reed's offers the best service, best price, best advice on all your favorite ice fishing gear. Guaranteed. Find them online at reedsports.com.